Hey, what's up, guys? Scarce here. No, but seriously, today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious. I guess you could say on the political side. And that's with the fact, in the uproar of like the President Trump impeachment, which hasn't even happened fully yet. So, if anybody tells you that it's fully done, no, it's not done yet. But this is to talk about, Edward Snowden, the guy who like 4 years ago everybody was, in uproar about. He's basically the guy who was the whistleblower and the traitor to the United States in 2015 or 2014, one of those years. And he took refuge in Russia, which everybody believes that he's giving data to Russian militants now. In the Russian government in general. He like gave up this program called X Key Score by the government and another one called Prism. S Key Score is it's a computer system used by the NSA for analyzing global internet data and anything. So if they search it, they can find it. This is just this is something that he found also along with the Prism. I'm sure that one takes over like hacks or something like that. Collects internet communications from various U.S. internets. Yeah, I just looked it up. So they're basically one and the same, but they just do slightly different things. But yeah, it also found out that they were, spying on us, tapping into networks, tapping into the big companies. And just in general, they would take phone records. They would go through Google, Bing, Yahoo, etc. to finding information they needed. They spied on their allies. They spied on us, the people that they sworn to protect. But we obviously know that the government's not in for the best of us. They're in for the best of their pockets. And it's just like in the wake of everything that's happened these last few years, we've always forgotten about the dude who literally exposed our own government for lying to us. But the one thing that scares me the most is that, he could just be scratching the surface. It's something, bigger out there, bigger and better. Even as I'm recording this video right now, it could be something bigger and better out there, listening to me, listening to us, listening to everyone around the world. This could be a global thing. But I'm not even sure if what he exposed was everything. It's just a big part of it. But I feel like he's still scratching the surface. Kind of like, deep web, dark web, and, base internet. And it's just like, what does it take for us to get the full truth? I mean, we're never going to get the full truth because there's always corruption. There's always something in politics and just with people in general, because people are crooked and politics are crooked. Nobody's going to ever fully expose everything they did because it's always something bad that people won't agree with. No government is just going to come out and fully give you every single piece of information, which I agree they should, because, it makes the government between its people and itself closer. But I also see how that could also expose the government for doing unjust things, which they shouldn't be doing anyway, so it wouldn't even be a possibility. But of course, governments and people do that. But yeah, Edward Snowden in general, I think he's a hero to the United States. He exposed an unjust system, which we were infringed upon by our amendments in the U.S. Constitution, which is the law of the land, not a government, not a president. And it's just, when there's somebody who can do something so right and be, deemed a villain or a traitor or a whistleblower just by protecting his own people, that's something extremely wrong with that. And the fact that the U.S. people forgot about it within a week or a month or so is even more messed up. But I can kind of understand, even though I really don't, because, mass shootings occur all the time, and it's more of a mundane thing. It's not that it lessens the blow, but, it's more mundane, so it happens every day, and people forget about them. But the fact that we forgot about a full-on U.S. government being exposed within a week or a month, that really speaks volume for the American society as a whole. They live in the now. They don't want to live towards the future, and taking down, the government who still, to this day, could possibly be spying on us. And most likely is. But yeah, I just wanted to leave you guys with, the fact that this guy was real. He was real. His name is Edward Snowden. If you need to know more about him, look him up on the internet. A quick Google search will tell you everything. They have a full list of everything that he exposed, from, tapping signals, to X keys core, to Prism, to the NSA spying on many people, government officials, etc. And it's just a big, conglomerate of things that should have never been done. But, our U.S. government did that, and we still continue to live in it to this day until we take it down, because it's not illegal to take down an unjust government. It's just you have to have the will to do it. Snowden, risked his life. He risked his livelihood for everything, for the truth, and it's very commendable. And even with even in the wake of the Donald Trump impeachment, which hasn't gone through fully, which I do think should happen, because there are many reasons that he should be put out. Some, infringing on his presidential duties, many laws, withdrawing money, holding money, asking for aid from Ukraine. I have a full list into a document if anybody will want to, look into that. And he also has a racist past, and it's been under the Nixon administration, he had to sign papers, renting to welfare recipients, which of course he, would say were black, because they, blacks welfare, the whole stigma around that. Even though blacks do usually tend to take up most of the welfare, it's just he didn't think of it that way. It was mostly go towards black people, because welfare recipients, he will mostly just turn away black people, not white people, or any race in general. But usually America sees white and black as the big races, we hate blacks, hate minorities, but we hate blacks a little bit more, and we raise whites to a higher standard. But I'm going off on a tangent. This wasn't about that. This is about the fact that Edward Snowden's identity and legacy has been forgotten, and his legacy will always be tainted as the guy who was a traitor instead of a hero. Do what you will with that information. You are all free to your opinion. If you can leave what you think in the comments, like, share, subscribe this video. Make sure Edward Snowden stays alive, and when his visa's up, we need to all be behind his back. Or with your freedom of speech, you have the option of also calling him a traitor. I just would like to share these things to you. And if you still believe this to this day, I have given you all I can, and the rest is up to you. Thank you. And please keep Edward Snowden's dream alive. Keep his name alive. Don't forget about all the good he's done. Thank you.